don't know what the situation. Oh, hey, episode 33 of the Disney Dudes podcast is here. And my name's Abbott. We have Taylor, who is right over there.
Yeah.
Waving doesn't get the camera. Oh, talking. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to talk, but you won't. There we go. Hey.
And we have a very, very special guest with us. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Marco. My Instagram handle is Once Upon a Veteran. I started the Instagram channel roughly at the same time that the Disney Dudes started out. Mm-hmm. So we started out merging together, started growing together, and I started following you guys. And ever since, I've been a fan of your podcast and just listening to it every time I can.
Very cool. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. Yeah. But we have a very certain, we have a specific theme with our episode tonight. Tonight's episode, Taylor, if you'll move to your right, what is that?
It is Run Disney's episode.
Yeah. Yes. So tonight, or whenever you're listening, watching this episode, this is the Run Disney episode. And so we have a Run Disney expert in our midst, and he is Marco. That is in there are many, many facets to Marco, and I just met you. I mean, literally maybe 5 minutes ago, but there's so many facets to you in regards to what you post on Instagram, how interesting it is. I get something out of it every time. You know, it's something you put a lot of positivity out there, which is very hard to come by. You know?
Oh yeah.
So
definitely try to.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. We always want like-minded people on the podcast and just interacting with us. But at the same time, you know, why Disney? Why even have Once Upon a Veteran? Why the account? Why are you actually talking with us now? I mean, like, why Disney? Why that?
Okay. Very valid question. So back in 2020, I'd say the end of 2020, beginning 2021, I've always been a hard worker, just been, ever since I left the military, I was medically discharged, got injured overseas, and got medically discharged. But going into the civilian world, ever since, I just had to go hit the ground running, start working. But I never allowed myself time to actually take a vacation. So going to school, just work in, going to school, go work, everything. So 2020 was really the time I had to officially go and actually enjoy a vacation. And looking back, I was like, where do I want to go? Being in the military, I've been to like really hot and desolate, dry, sunny areas. People are like, why don't you take a beach vacation? I'm like, I spent my time in the sun and I spent my time in the dirt. The sand gets everywhere. So I'm like, I don't like the idea of a sandy beach vacation. If I'm with somebody who wants to go to the coast, I will gladly take them. Mm-hmm. But me, myself, I'm like, I want to do something fun, entertaining. I like to be entertained. I like to stay busy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Disney. And so I called a travel agency, and this lady, like, her name's Michelle, really awesome. Sorry for name dropping. I don't know if that's okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
She gave me the lowdown and everything. And I actually started watching YouTube channels on people going to Disney, and I started researching in and out. So one of the best quotes ever in the military is, excuse my language here, if you're going to go into hell, might as well take as much intel about hell as you can with you. You know? And so I did my research back and forth and just started planning out the ultimate Disney trip for myself.
Oh, wow.
And at the end, I was like, you know what? I got 2 more days to spend. Why not do Universal? So I did 2 more on top of that. So I went in my first, ever since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Actually, wait, let me trace back. I had too many concussions, so give me a moment.
No, you're fine.
Good.
When I was a kid, my dad and my mom, they worked really hard to save up for me and my brothers and my sister to go to Disney World together. Mm-hmm. And we drove there, took that like 2.5-day trek across the states from Colorado. My dad driving all the way. More power to him, because that guy was a machine. He didn't slow down.
Yeah.
And so we stopped, like periodically we stopped at like Georgia and stuff. Mm-hmm. And do a little bit of sightseeing. But when I was a kid, I was in middle school. That was my first Disney experience ever. We were there for a little over a week, and my parents, like, they put everything into it. And so going to this trip, it's like, you know what? It's been more than 20 years since I've been. I just want to go. I want to have fun. I want to let loose. I want to eat all the snacks that I can because everybody posts those amazing pictures of Disney food, the snacks, the drinks, everything. I don't drink alcohol, but some of the fun drinks out there, like go all out. I tend to be very health focused. In my time of going to school, post-military and everything, and just recovering from a few injuries, I ended up gaining a lot of weight, way too much. So my amazing friend and personal trainer, Ariel, she helped me lose roughly between 70 to 80 pounds. It fluctuates.
Wow.
So I used to run a lot. I used to be very active. I used to be very fit. But she helped me get into the mentality, the positive focus of just going back to it and being myself again. And one thing is, like, if you see my Instagram, you'll see like what I'm about. That's who I am.
Wow.
And
that is awesome.
Thank you. But going back to the Disney World trip, my first one in 2021, October, I planned in and out everything from the car rental to the hotel stay to the park days. Everything I had planned down to a T. Of course, I knew what to expect, especially when you had to, like, the mask mandates. Going into the stores, you had to put a mask. Going out, you can breathe a bit. Going into the ride, mask on, everything. So everything I planned to a T, with flexibility and me knowing that not everything's going to go to plan. And I had contingency plans, backup plans.
Good.
So I literally spend a lot on this trip. And at the time, they couldn't do VIP tours. That wasn't a thing. Which, Taylor, I'm very jealous of you doing that VIP tour, man. I listened to that podcast. It was amazing. I am so jealous of you. Me, I'm just one guy. I don't have a big group like that, so that's also not possible.
Well, hey, listen, next time that I go, I know I'm gonna have room enough. Come on, you can be a part of
dude, gladly. I would love that. We'll have to touch base on that one.
Yeah, sounds good.
But it's one where I first landed in Disney World, not expecting to go back again. So I put everything into this trip. So for fun at the time, here in Denver, our local Amazon warehouse started doing part-timers with, like, an incentive bonus because nobody wanted to work. So I jumped on that immediately, worked on the weekends, worked my regular career on the weekdays. And I was like, in the mentality of, if you work hard for something, especially like a really good vacation, you're going to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So I started working at Amazon on the weekends, just doing like extra hours, working hard, saving up vacation fun funds is what I call it.
There you go.
And so come October 2021, since I landed, everything went like smoothly. I have no idea why, but in the world, for me in that moment, everything was in my favor. Landed, went to the hotel resort, went to Disney Springs. It was a Friday night, and I expected not to be able to get into like the queue for Gideon's. But this lady was like, you know what? Come back in a couple of hours. If you go get dinner, you'll be on a list. Like, you'll get it in. You'll get in. I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, you'll get in. And so I went to the restaurant down in Disney Springs, CityWorks. Which is pretty good. It's a good place. And the server there was phenomenal. She, I was by myself. She's like, why here by yourself? I'm like, you know what? Why not? Everywhere I go, every time people ask me, why are you here by yourself? I'm like, why not?
Exactly. Yeah. And, I mean, not to throw you off, because, man, you've got some really good momentum going here, and I'm here just to, make sure it comes to a screeching halt. No, the solo trips to Disney, that's one thing that, everybody's got a different situation, but it is vastly underrated. I'm hearing that is such more of a popular thing, where, yes, that Disney adults like my wife and I are actually going to be there this weekend for, the half marathon, the Disney Princess half marathon. I've been kind of talking about that on the episodes, and can't wait. We got the whole itinerary. Taylor, you good?
Yeah, I'm
twice
good.
for yes.
I'm just a little okay.
You're fine. I've tried to get you on board, but no. But just to kind of get back to it, the solo Disney trip, I'm jealous of that. I know that it's one of those where I would assume that you can just, you know what, really take it all in, take your time, no rush, and I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. You know, because we've always got somewhere to be, we've always got something to do, and the fact that you put your entire just self-worth into it, you know, and to me, I mean, I try not to take that Disney experience for granted because as soon as you get there, it's over, right?
Oh yeah.
You're lamenting the fact that you have to leave, and it is what it is. It's inevitable, but that type of mentality, you just don't find that. So I applaud you for that. That's awesome. So
thank you.
For the solo Disney trip, that's something that's a bucket list for me. So but keep going. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, you're good. No, you're good. I highly recommend. I tell everybody, if you want to experience Disney your way, if you can take a day or two for yourself, even if you go as a group, take a day or two for yourself, by yourself, do what you want to do. You're on your own time, your own itinerary. And I always suggest to everybody, if you can fit it into your budget, get a rental car. And if you're going to be there for X amount of days, shell out the extra money on the park hopper, because I kid you not, on a really good day, I went to all 4 parks, did the rides I wanted to do. Didn't have to do all the rides because that's not my goal. Is I want to do what I love, and it's going to be like Avatar, Flight of Passage, and Pandora. It's going to be Dinosaur. I love Dinosaur.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That weird smoky scent in there is just weird, but it's phenomenal. Going to Epcot, I love certain rides in Epcot. Certain rides in Hollywood Studios. I don't ride all the rides in Magic Kingdom. That's just my preference. There are certain things I do like to do in every park, and I kid you not, in one day I did it. In one spectacular day, all 4 parks with a park hopper, and I never regretted it. Never regretted it. So landing in my first trip there, not expecting to go back. I kid you not, as soon as I went to Magic Kingdom on my first day at Disney World, I took the ferry. I was like, I got to take the ferry. Everybody says take the ferry. Monorail, it's cool. It was like some high tech back in the day, but the ferry's where it's at. You can't beat the ferry. And I will put that on my gravestone. You can't beat the ferry.
That's awesome.
And, so as soon as I started like going through the steps, going to the gate, as soon as I went through that little arch underneath the road, the railroadway, and that little tunnel, and you're in like the city town hall and everything, that little plaza there, I said, you know what? The day prior, they made an announcement saying that they're starting for a short time annual pass sales. So I was like, I got to move on to this. I went immediately to City Hall, and the cast member there was phenomenal. She's like, you know what? Let's take you over here. And they're like, you want to get the annual pass? I'm like, yeah. So you're from out of state. You got to get the Incredi Pass. I'm like, you know what? Here's my card. Charge it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And so immediately within like the first 10 minutes of landing at Disney World on a park day, Magic Kingdom, I got suckered into being an annual pass member, which I don't regret.
That's awesome.
So all the marketing works on me. Disney, throwing marketing at me. Let's see. But just one about my day. There was a few moments learning curves. So I always had my backpack with my Camelback. But at the time, I bought a different Camelback that has like a weird clip-in and twist feature to the bladder. And I didn't know what to do with my bag when I first went to early entry for Space Mountain. I didn't know what to do with the bag. So first ride of the day, I put the bag, my silly butt, put the bag underneath the lever part where the lever drops down on your lap, and I cinched that sucker. And halfway through the ride, I'm like, why are my shorts wet?
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
So finishing the ride, my shorts were wet. My bladder straw was like bleeding liquid H2O on my pants. God. And I got off the ride looking like I had pee pants.
Hey, that happens to Abbott all the time.
So it just, if I get one moment of excitement, you should see me on Christmas morning. It's Niagara Falls. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna blame it on the hydration bladder. You know, I'm not blaming Space Mountain. I'm blaming it on the hydration bladder.
Never, never member, Disney's fault. You're right.
Exactly. So the cast member was like, "Too intense for you, huh?" And I was like so embarrassed. But if on the exit section of Space Mountain Ride, when you go into the store, there's if you take a right, there's like a little caddy corner. It's if you next time you go, you'll see this caddy corner, and I hid in there for like half an hour, trying. Thankfully, I carried a towel. Thankfully, I carried a towel. So I was like right there, just like patting myself, giving myself like good job, and just try, and I had baby wipes too. So I was like just trying to absorb like all the water off my shorts. So thankfully it was so hot out that like 20 minutes walk, like just standing in the sun, like just cleared it up. But that was very.
I was about to say even like that because I'm wearing because I know you did the same run that I did. Was that your first Run Disney race or had you done one prior?
So the Tower of Terror was my first one.
Nice.
That was my very first one.
But the material of this shirt actually I mean, I could easily toss in the dryer. I hang dry this thing. I only wear it on certain occasions. It's a collector's item for me. And as soon as Taylor saw it, he's like, "Hey man, they got any more? Can I buy one?" eBay. I'm sure you already got like a stockpile of them in your bunker. It's fine, Taylor. Don't worry.
Hey, I saw some guy at the gym at my gym wearing one of those. I'm like, "Huh, where'd you buy that from?"
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah, Taylor's like that. Yeah. Where are the Oreos, buddy? But no, that said and done.
I put them away when Marco was talking about how much weight that he has lost. I put the Oreos away.
I don't know if you saw. You were talking. He was just.
It's like safely put them away.
Exactly. Nothing to see here. But no, kind of going back where you became a. One of my favorite Disney vloggers, whatever kind of people, and there's no aspiration to be a Disney vlogger at all. But paging Mr. Morrow, Nathan Morrow, he calls it being a soggy bottom boy. That was you.
Oh man, it was
to the nth degree.
It was just one hilarious, oopsie. Definitely learn from it, and so next time, for whoever's listening, take a hydration bladder, which I always suggest. I always tell everybody take a kind of bag with you, is you can put the bag over the lever after you do the lever on your lap. You put the lever on your lap, put the bag over it, and
smart.
That way you don't look like you have pee pants, which is embarrassing.
You're not going to pull a Billy Madison, You're not cool unless you pee your pants, Peeing your pants is cool, and and I'm Miles Sanders. Well, Grizzly Adams did have a beard, so yeah. But anyway, and then I'm going to go into the Mista lady, and that's a whole different movie. But all that said and done, when it comes down to the clothing, when I go to the parks, I have a certain type of shorts that I wear. It's got the built-in liner. You ever heard of bird dogs? Those things are incredible. Okay. They're almost like. I think Taylor was a Chubby's ambassador when he was in college, and so I'm kind of insulting him right now. But no, I'm very particular. I wear, like the dry fit shirts. I wear like a Nike dry fit shirt with my favorite sports team or whatever. And I outside of like this, the Run Disney shirt that I got for the race that you and I did, just kind of ignore the guy to your left, at least, your left on my screen. But this is the only dry fit shirt. I mean, just going on Amazon, basic Google search, and I've been wanting to find more Disney-themed, like, dry fit shirts. Not just because I'm a runner, not just Run Disney. I do enjoy running. That's how I exercise when I get a chance, But I saw, like, one on Amazon that had, like, a teeny tiny, like, set of mouse ears, and it was, like, a limited edition Adidas something on eBay for, like, $50. And I'm like, I'm good. Don't need it. If I'm in the Emporium, next weekend and I happen to see it, or World of Disney, great. But like you're saying, just dressing for the occasion is everything, right?
Oh, it really is. Another tip I always tell people is, at least for myself, is, again, this goes back to me getting in the military, hot summer sun.
Yes.
When I was in the military deployed, there were times you would not shower for like almost 2 weeks, I swear. Even then, like you maybe had like a little rag full of like whatever weapon, scrounge up and just like pat yourself dry. But one thing I got in the habit of is is, again, this goes back to having a car if you can, having a rental car, is go back to your resort midday. Get a break during the hot summer day. I mean, during like the afternoon sun when it's super peak hot. Just go back, cool off for like at the resort for like an hour or two, and go back to the park. This is where like you can go back to the same park or park hop to a different park, and just that's where it becomes handy. But like usually I'll just go like on the first half and second half of the day. I'll be re-showered because Orlando is crazy humid. Over here in Colorado, it's super dry. Sure, like everybody's a raisin. Freaking. But I always tell people it's like I personally like to take extra set of clothing for that the sweaty days, because I mean this thing at the end of the day would be like just one huge like dark blue sweat spot, which is not fun. I don't know how people do it over there, but I personally like to go back to the resort, shower, rechange, and just go have fun again and recharge. It helps you recharge for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah. I'm located in South Carolina, so humidity I'm very accustomed to. I'm only like a 7.5 hour drive from Orlando. So I mean, it's literally just we leave first thing in the morning. We're there by lunch. You know, it's a hop, skip, and a jump for us. Taylor's up in Virginia, is where he's located.
11 hours. 11
hours. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. But in regards to he's definitely a northerner. If you had to ask a true southerner's perspective, you know, in that. Are you okay, Taylor? Do they have sweet tea where you live?
Yeah.
That's the question. Or is it like a raspberry alternative?
No, we have sweet tea.
Okay. He's lying.
When you get to Richmond, now they start having like unsweet tea.
Yeah.
But when you get to like where I'm from, it's sweet tea.
See how he tried to like throw him like where I'm from, back down yonder, down by the creek, and the van down by the river. You know, don't let him fool you. Don't let him.
So I'm from Kansas actually. So over there we have sun tea.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the little jar out there sitting out on the porch, letting the sun just sit it all day. At the end of the day, you just put some ice cubes in it. It's really good. I swear the sun changes the consistency somehow in there, and it just tastes better. I have no idea how. It's just a Kansas thing. Southern thing.
That's right. It's something about it. Hospitality, it depends on where you go. But
exactly.
But even I've been to Colorado once. Went to Colorado when I was at graduate school in Charleston. And besides the point of the reason for being there, I just remember trying to run it was near Fraser, Colorado. So we flew in, of course, to Denver, that weird blue stallion, Bronco that actually, like the whole, whatever it's called. What is it? Lucifer? Yes, Lucifer. Thank you. Lucifer. Yes.
Lucifer.
Yes, Lucifer. I can't count the number of like true crime podcasts that try to like debunk all the things about the Denver airport. And it was weird when I went, and not to take a left turn towards that, but it's hard for me to kind of stay on point. Shocker.
Same.
But going, we're going to get along fine. No, but going to, this was we're talking like right after, like a week after July 4th, like absolute blazing hot, heavy, thick humidity where I'm coming from. And that was in Charleston, South Carolina when I was living there, right? I go to Denver, and I had been to Vegas once before. So I was accustomed at least to the arid, somewhat, lack of humidity type of climate. But I'm telling you something. I tried to run, and it was like maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. Not only was it like 42 degrees, but I ran like maybe a tenth of a mile, and I'm just, and I'm no prize pony when it comes to running. But I mean, I just had to walk away. That elevation, it sucked the air. I just could not. Lack of oxygen. It killed me.
Especially if you go higher up in the mountains too. It's people out there that will push themselves way too hard, and they just make themselves sick. They get nauseous, and it's thankfully like they sell like every gas has like little boost oxygen tanks. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yep, true. Pure oxygen. Yep.
Some people will buy those and just take them with them, but you'll definitely get altitude sickness easily.
It took no time. It's not that I'm prone to nosebleeds or anything like that, or wear a pocket protector, or own children hang my underwear from the flagpole. That's not the case. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But no, that being the case in regards to climates, I've been around the country, seen, experienced certain things. but the Colorado climate, wow. So from where you're going down to Florida, I mean, just that kind of just the shock to your body. I can't imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine, especially the training that you do. How do you train, or you're just at a point where, you know, training for a Run Disney race, you don't actually have to like be the top athlete. You don't have to keep a certain pace. You do it because of the experience. At least that's what I came to find out after my first race, right? What was your preparation? What was your experience like for your first Run Disney race?
Well, I'm gonna have to follow up question on this one too in a bit. But going into that is back in the military, I was much more physically active, much better at running. I had to be. Everybody else in my platoon I was like the shortest person there. So everybody was much taller than me, and they had long strides. I still hate them for that. But I had to keep up how to like do like 1.5 strides for every stride that they had, because I was just short. Because I'm short. I'm 5'7". On a good day, 5'7.5". After a heavy squat day, but usually post military, going to like the hospitals and just everything I had to go through, I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and I was keeping up with cardio, but mostly focused on just getting stronger. So I did a lot of heavy lifting. Recently, I got back into the rhythm and love and a passion for running. So out of the blue, I told my friend Ariel, my trainer, I was like, I kind of want to change things, and I want to do running. And she's like, well, what do you have in mind? I'm like, after I went to this 2022, I did a lot of Disney trips, way too many that any guy my age should admit. But in one of those, I heard of the Run Disney events coming back up. So I said, you know what, I want to do that. And I said, I think this is a good challenge for myself, is to go into the Run Disney 10-miler and try to beat certain time frames. So my goal was to beat an hour and a half. In the 10-miler, to beat an hour and a half. And at this point in time, I was still between my weight loss journey and my health journey. But freaking, she said, okay, so she refocuses and she changes my training plans a lot. I really owe it to her I owe a lot to her for me being here where I am now, and like just physically, mentally, and emotionally. Because I went through, like any other military person, went through like really bad depression. It was bad. Just let myself go. But she helped me out a lot. But so my training for that is, she used to be a track. She used to do track sports. So now her career is, she is a personal trainer, and she also has been 10 years on the Nuggets dance team. So she's self-taught. She's amazing. I cannot say enough good things about her, and she knows that. But it's one where in myself, in my own, as I ran, it's a battle, because for me, running takes me back to certain memories I have of running with my platoon, running with my squad leader, running with my buddies who are no longer here. So to me, it's more of it was a mental and therapeutic growth experience that I had to overcome, because there's certain, I think many of us will always have these little memories of like little triggers that will take us back to a certain time, to a certain point in day, like certain time and day. And back in the military, one of my good old friends / squad leader, he passed away back in 2010 when we were in Kandahar, but his name is Sean Flannery. And so he would always push me to my limit. And then my other buddy, Sergeant Aaron Kramer. He was a runner, and he would also push me to my limit. And so again, these guys followed me. They were like, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the fastest, but I was the person that didn't give up. And so there would always be like Nungary. My last name's Nungare. And they're like, I can't even pronounce my last name right. And so they're like, no, you got heart. And they're like, everybody else is putting already. Look at you. You're like, you keep going. You got heart. And so that's, for me, when I run, that's what I think of. Where I'm always like, in my own mentality, I'm always with my buddies, with my platoon, with the squad, back in the days.
That's awesome.
But my goal was to be an hour and a half, and I had some stuff going on too, and I had some surgeries I did years back. But so running wasn't my best. So I said, okay, let's set this speed, let's set this time, and then give my pace times. Okay, let's keep going. And then slowly, I just want to be back to how it was back in the old days. Of running like 6-minute miles, and just keeping up with that stuff. So that was my goal. But I don't know what time you started at the Templar, but they started me near the back because I signed up late.
Really?
Yeah. And so I gave them my expected goal time, and they started me near the back. And
wow.
That kind of upset me because it was like almost an hour after the race started before I even got to run.
Yeah.
And so for the first miles, I had to fight the majority of the crowd and go through the little rivers, like the tunnels around Epcot and everything.
Yeah.
It was like some of the paths got very narrow. I didn't want to be that person that just tramples over people. But at the same time, I was like, I swear to God, I never said on your left more in my life before. Like, I said it so many times. I'm like, on your left. I'm just like going.
But I'll tell you something. I live in the upstate of South Carolina. We're on the South Carolina North Carolina border, not too far from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm in Spartanburg, and I appreciate people when I'm running, because I'll run with my AirPods or just whatever. But like you said, it takes me. It literally, I transcend space and time when I run. It is the greatest, stress reliever. I'm not thinking about anything. If initially I'll kind of like begrudge and kind of go, oh, this is annoying. My legs hurt. Stupid. Should have stretched or whatever. But I'll tell you this, man. On your left, the on your left guy we deserve to give him a beer, a mocktail, a whatever, a water, a liquid. He deserves a liquid death. He doesn't deserve death. He deserves liquid death. Cheers. You know what I mean? That's what exactly. Exactly. It is water. I swear. Look, murder your thirst. Now, I know it's a little dramatic, but it is, yes, it is sparkling water. Of course, my wife found it, thought it was awesome. She knew I'd love it because, we're just weird people. But anyway, my experience getting up early is not a big deal. I'm used to getting up early with kids and all that kind of stuff and my phase of life, right? But this Run Disney race, we didn't know what to expect. But kind of like you, we wanted to keep the good times rolling. So the week, I knew when you were there, the month after you were at Disney, you said October 21?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, we did November. We did, and we did November of 21. We took the whole crew. We had at one given point, I think the last day that we were there was a Magic Kingdom day that week. We had 16 people in our party, and we shoehorned those people in to be our guest. And it was one of those days where you prepare so much, but obviously Disney may have another idea, or Mother Nature. Oh, yeah. It rained the entire day.
No.
I started quoting the only dry, warm place was Hall of Presidents. And so we sat there for at least an hour and a half, and I'm sitting there going, I'd look at Emily and go, Bosco, it's 7 years ago. Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you. Or I don't even know what that was. Don't you know? So I can appreciate that.
I didn't know JFK and Abraham Lincoln migrated over from Ireland.
They did. It was pissing rain that day, nice and grey. It was a lovely day with all the fairies. See, Marco, he spoke of a fairy. I love fairies. Anyway, sorry.
There's gonna be that one bit where JFK comes in. He's like, "Why do we run? We don't run because it's easy, but because it's hard," or something like that.
Exactly. That's it. But getting up, but like you said, we stayed at the Port. Emily and I, my wife Emily, we stayed at the Port Orleans French Quarter, and that modern hotel, the theming, it's not too big. It's I don't care that the only mode of transportation to get from point A to point B is boat or ferry to Disney Springs. But man, I tell you, we loved it. We were sold by it, but getting up early and getting there, I think we started because you walk in, you got that big DJ with the stands right there where you finish when you first walk up, and they have the big like glowing balloons that show you what group you're in or your cohort, so to speak, right? And I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look at my bib, my number thingamajig. And I think we were like 14 or 15, but we had to wait about 45 minutes. I think we started probably about halfway. Yeah, we were definitely like probably right in the middle, like right before the middle group went. And honestly, it's we had a great experience. We really didn't have any issues, but at the same time we had trained, but trained on our terms. And our thing was, we knew it wasn't going to be our last Run Disney race, but at the same time, we underestimated the production value, what went into it, but not just the cast members, but every mile, every turn, the things like going behind the scenes, because especially the thing that sticks out in my head, the two things, right? The boardwalk. Remember on the boardwalk towards the end, you had that woman that was it had like that mobile DJ stand, whatever. That was awesome. It was like a DJ stand on wheels. Oh my gosh. Oh, she was going nuts. I mean, just wiki, all that stuff, man. And then when you went by the Hollywood Bowl, when you ran through by the Tower of Terror, that guy that was on a contraption with all the bells. You remember that thing? Had all the bells, whatever, that thing rocking out. And then you turn the corner and then you see another DJ on this like big old pickup truck just going and just cheering you on. And then what was the other one? When you started through the World Showcase, because you went behind like Living with the Land when you started out, and you came up through the World Showcase and you went out at Morocco, right? I think you went out at Morocco.
I do remember that, yeah. I do remember.
You go back around and you come back through France. You remember that opera singer that was singing in like the Ratatouille? There was I don't know if you experienced that, but there was an opera singer. Okay, then they rotate out different things.
Going into the Paris area, that's where I really struggled to get through people and past people, because that's where it really narrowed and everybody kept left. Well, I didn't get to experience that part. What you're saying. I didn't.
So on your left guy, didn't get to experience it. That's a travesty.
Funny story about that is I don't know if you remember those two host people that they had monitors that were with the microphones. That blonde lady. I don't even know her name, but she's, I guess, like hosting a lot of the Run Disney events. She was with the microphone. They made an announcement like, "Hey guys, if you're gonna be slow or if you're gonna stop, don't just stop. Like signal that you're gonna like off the side. Like use your arm to like, signal it." As I had a little bit of straight away with me, and I was able to catch up and just start passing people. This lady, I kid you not, full stop in front of me. As I yelled out behind her, "I'm coming around." She stopped, and I kind of like, in the non-cinematic fashion, I tried to go to my right and like evade her, but I ended up clipping her with my toes. I kind of tripped and rolled. But it was like one of those like I'm just like a tumbling Lego. I just got but she gave me the look like she's like she gave you that like like we're like, as if it's my fault. I was like, "Lady, you're supposed to signal," and I just kept going. I just kept going. But this lady just stopped me. But going into the race, I didn't know what to expect either, because I've done other like 5, 10K races.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you do one, you do them all, but Run Disney's much different. It's much more better.
Oh,
it's by tenfold. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's beyond belief, and I've been trying. I would have, because now I think you're signed up from what I read online, from what I think I saw on your account. Are you doing the one this spring? Are you signed up for it, or
I'll be there for the Toy Story 10 miler. I was supposed to be there for the marathon last month, but I had a career shift, and in doing so, I ended up taking out all my vacation times. I don't have any vacation time to go into to the race in January. So, but it was worth it. It's a positive move. Good things happening. So I'll be there for sure. The one in spring.
That's awesome.
Looking forward to it. Are you gonna go?
Wish I could. My youngest son, I was thinking about signing up for it, because why wouldn't you sign up for back-to-back races? But my youngest son, that's his birthday weekend. So I would if I could. Yeah, I did mention that at first. I didn't think about it at first, and Taylor looks at me like, really? Yeah, it's right around that time. And so I've been trying to get him to do it, and I sell it, and I do talk I talk about it with people at work, because I'm like I said, I'm taking off from. I'll be gone, of course, Saturday. Sunday's already built in for my schedule, but I'm taking off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like we're at this time, we're actually taking our time, because last year when we did our race, right, when the race was over, we went back to the resort, we showered, dressed, and went straight over to Magic Kingdom and stayed there till 11 o'clock at night. They had extended hours that night, and we were burning the candle at both ends. And Marco, I don't mind telling you, I'm in my 40s, and I can't move the way that I used to. Now I can run like I could when I was like 18 and 20. You done talking? You good? 44? I'm 41. I'm 41, Taylor. He's throwing up random like gang signs. I don't know what he's doing.
No.
Those Virginia.
He's representing over there.
Yeah,
he's representing. He's representing them Oreos. What was he into? Fitness? He's into fitness, right? Fitness Oreo in my mouth. Right, Taylor?
Real funny. Yeah, exactly.
My guilty pleasure is going to be Nutter Butters.
Yeah. Nutter Butter. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nutter Butters all the way down.
Yeah. And our compromise now are the cookie is not the cookie, but a Fig Newton. We have Fig Newtons. Apparently, we found those, and they're good. They're okay. They're a little dry, but Emily's not. She's in the other room, so she can't hear me. She doesn't listen to the podcast.
Exactly.
Like, just peel it. This is really good. Thanks for buying these. They're really taking me back to my childhood. But we were. Go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, Taylor, when are you going to do a run?
I want to do one. My wife wants to do one. She is 20. She's just started her 3rd trimester, so we're expecting our 2nd little girl, and so once she gets all clear to start running again, she will probably want to sign up for something. We'll see. I'm not a big runner, not a runner period, really. Yeah.
But you know what though? I don't know if you guys have been following anybody that did the marathon lately, but I was actually shocked that, hey, look at that, he's bringing out the swag. I love it. But I don't know if you guys ever like seen anybody showcase their experience at the marathon. I was actually shocked. Like some people were taking their time and just enjoying the moment, which I never thought of. So that's something I would love to do is next time is sign up for the marathon and just enjoy the moment. Because this one guy, I swear, he like went to the side and like bought like snacks and cookies and stuff and still enjoyed the race. And was taking his time. And like, I swear to God, like his finish time was like 5 or 7 hours or something like that. I was like, dude, I want to do that. Like just for the heck of it. Why not?
And that's exactly the perfect segue, because like I said before, it's the experience. And this time around, like we weren't running for time, but we ran slow. My wife she had 2 ACL repairs, both knees, blew them out.
She's an athlete.
She's a former. She played college tennis and soccer. So she's somewhat of an athlete. It's almost as athletic as me, but I chose not to pursue the sports. I'm not athletic at all.
Cheerleading.
I Cheerleading's a real sport. Sorry, Taylor. He's a naysayer. He's a little stuck in his ways, so to speak. So he is a true Southerner. I take it back. Sorry, Taylor. No, but Marco, we really enjoyed it. But all the different character meet and greets, all the different, yes, the lines were building up, but I kept thinking about it. I was like, I want to stop. I'm not running. What am I trying to prove? I'm in Disney World. I'm actually running here. I'm seeing things that nobody gets to see. And so this time around I've only run one other half marathon, the Kiowa Island half marathon. That was fun. It was like a slow, nice and flat, right? But this one, we are just going to take it in. We're just going to take it in. If we walk, we walk. We do plan to run. My training has been hit or miss lately just because of my work schedule, my wife's work schedule. And she's kind of hit a wall with her work, and she hasn't been able to run as often as she wants to. But we're good with that. We're okay with that. We've accepted the fact that we're not world-class athletes, running in the Boston Marathon and running for time. Our pace, I'll be honest with you, my normal running pace is around, at my age, is pretty good. This is a humble brag, whoop, whoop, around 8:47, 8:50 is my pace. Yeah, that's my pace now. But we're probably going to run around an 11, 12-minute mile. We're going to take our time, even 13-minute, really take our time. And I can't wait.
Hey, you just answered my question too, because I was asking you, it's like going into this race, I was going to say, like, what is your strategy? Because I remember listening to a previous podcast of yours.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning that you didn't know what to expect. So I think we're on the same wavelength. It's like you just run. And so when I went to my 10 miler, it's last year, I just ran because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know there was going to be character stops. And I was passing all of these people who were stopping and they're like, why are you slowing down? And I'm over here like, time to make up, So I'm like trying to pass most of the crowd. And at the end of the day, I feel proud of myself for beating my time. But at the same time, going into this race, I'm thinking of slowing down, enjoying these character stops, taking the picture, and enjoying the moment. Because a friend of mine once said, she's like, Marco, I have never seen you happier than when you're at when you're taking pictures in Disney World. I'm like, you know what? It's because it's fun. It's enjoyable. Awesome. It's enjoyable.
There's no other way to put it. You're right.
Exactly. And I told my friends this. I was like, okay, what other run out there are you going to be able to run in this Millennium Falcon and take a picture with the Stormtrooper?
That's true.
You're right.
So,
well, Marco, real quick, thank you for your service. I haven't told you that personally. I don't think Abbott has either, but who knows? He might have. But seriously, thank you for your service. You're a much better human being than I could ever dream to be, because you have given and sacrificed for our freedom. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I have to piggyback on that. I second that. And I say it more loudly than Taylor does, which means it means more to you, because I can say that. No, honestly, thank you so much for your service. I joke a lot, but at the same time, I'm genuinely sincere. My motivation was to get your perspective on that, not to put pressure on you, not to put you on the spot, but if you're, I'm glad you're comfortable talking about that. Thank you for indulging us for that, with that information. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Ask away, man. As a person coming out of the military, that struggled and had a lot of struggles. One of the things that I found, honestly, it's like, if you just let it go, if you just put it out there, if you don't hold it in, at least for me, it was therapeutic. Just letting people know. Not everybody knows, but exactly what happened and what went down. But it's just one where it's speaking about it allowed me to comprehend that it's okay, like what happened. And like, I hate the term PTSD. I prefer using the term survival skill, because it's really what it is. It's mostly survivor skill. It's like, I've served with a lot of good men and women who are no longer here. But like, why some corn-fed kid from Kansas got to live, but not some person who like went to Duke and like had a family, It's like, to me, I'm nobody. Like, honestly, like, to me, like, I'm nobody, but I did this, and this. But there's much better people out there that are more deserving, that should be in my spot right now. So Really, it's like when people say thank you, it's like, well, I appreciate it, but really thank the people who are no longer here.
Yep. Yeah.
And I will always say great people, my strong leader, Sergeant Sean Flannery, my friend, Sergeant Aaron Kramer, who was a Ranger, my competitive friend, Sergeant Adam Dickmeyer, who was a sentinel at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I think he was like the second. I think he was the second or third sentinel that actually died in the war, in the Afghanistan war. But, funny story about running. When I was stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, technically Tennessee, but I was 101st Airborne, and before deployment, 2010, he joined our platoon. He left his, I don't know what they call it, his station over there at Arlington, and he got assigned to us. But we had a long PT session with a ruck march, and after like 12 miles or so, there was like this really, really long steep hill, and our platoon sergeant was like, "Hey, at this point, starting at the bottom, all the way to the top, to our HQ, to our footprint, it's a free-for-all. Just don't let me pass you. You can go at your pace, whatever you want. Just don't let me pass you." I was like, I am steady. I am tired. I just want to get this over with. And I was just speeding my way up there. And next thing you know, Dickmeyer comes up next to me, and we're kind of like, it's like when you give like each other like the subtle, like it's on, it's not on, but it's like the competitive, like, oh yeah, like you go faster, he goes faster. So at the end, sprinting, like full on sprint with like 50 pounds of gear in our backs, and just and just speeding to the wall, and for no reason. Nobody said we had to compete against each other. Nobody said that this had to happen, but me and him were just like booking it and just going across the grass, like. And he's like, "All right, first one to the wall finishes." Like, like there was nothing to be won at the end, just bragging rights. But I swear to God, he let me beat him by like an inch. I swear to God, he says no. But there's just like little moments like that, like great people like him. And so
that's
like,
awesome.
I always say, like, they're the more deserving ones. But thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I did say that there's something I needed your opinion on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you a couple things. Okay, just bear with me. So,
yeah, do your thing.
This
it's his dress for. Oh gosh, here we go.
These, can you see them? Okay, can you? What? I just need to know. These are dream ears.
Dream ears.
And dream ears. We can get the fading out. There we go. Yeah. So go ahead. Just give me your. It's like word association. You see the ears and you think what? Go.
I'm thinking satellite dishes.
Okay, hold on. We got pair number two. Pair number two.
It looks like
these are my favorite. These are my favorite. Hold on.
Oh, good heaven.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, okay.
You're blurring it out. Oh my gosh. Evan.
Oh my gosh. There we go.
You look like Fife from American Tail.
Yeah. Let me fix this. Oh my gosh.
What is it? Five Goes West, American Tail, or something like that?
I think it's an American Tail. Yeah. An American Tail. Maybe.
Great. It used to be one of the best best little like amusement park things at Universal back in the day.
Here we go. I'm just gonna take it off. There we go. There you go. See, now you can see.
Oh man.
So Spaceship Earth kind of and then I did a review on these I put a reel up just this afternoon, and these not just any ears. A company sent us these ears. We never thought when we start a podcast that a company would want to send us their products to review.
Ooh, okay. Now we're talking. I would say those are my favorite ones.
Hey,
yep.
You know what I noticed, Abbott, and you probably have already noticed this as well.
Please.
But they are, whenever you talk, they show up.
I don't know about.
Yeah, look at that. Test.
Oh my gosh, this is so freaking cool. Oh my Lord.
God.
Yeah, I noticed it when you sent me the reel before you
I had
posted.
no idea. I did not. Hold on. Let's see if they're all like that. Hold on. You can push a little button in the back. Hold on. There. Speak. Wow. Oh, wow. And they spin faster the more you talk. Look at that. I can't believe it. They never said that they were voice activated. How
Okay,
about
those are really cool. I have to say those are the ones.
I wish dadgummit, I would have man, I had no idea. So, but anyway, these are their dream ears. And we a company reached out to us just randomly and went, hey, we're going to send you some stuff, make a reel. And I was like, where's the, because we've gotten, I'm sure you've gotten the message from whatever account that says, hey, by the way, love your page. We'd love to be your ambassador. Or you look like someone that would be great to sell sunglasses or hats. One was like bucket hats, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Those will never be
those ones for those like 2 of them for like sunglasses. I'm like, nah, I'm good with the ones I got.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but this was a legit, and I've noticed a couple of other guys that kind of started around the same time we all did. There's a guy named Burns Does Disney that we've kind of chatted with a little bit off and on. That guy is super talented, and he does a bunch of like media art stuff. Like, I don't even know how you do that stuff. And
I will say he's one of my favorite channels I've seen.
Oh, he's incredible. And he did a reel, and it's on their website, and he did a whole thing with like production value, like zoom in capabilities, music overlay, like a black and white like filter with dramatics. I mean, and I'm like, I've got a camera on my iPad that stays in one position and it keeps like rocking back and forth. And maybe this will be somewhat effective, but no. But all of a sudden, done, this company sent out a few ears to some different people, and I've gotten some mixed reviews. I like them. I plan to bring them to the parks and do.
Definitely do.
I plan to bring them, and I got to send Taylor. They sent me a couple of 100 edition ears that I got to send Taylor, but the fact they're voice activated, I can't believe it. Taylor, that you are good for something in this episode. That's
the Virginia education.
That Virginia education. Well,
yep.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it really must be nice. I tell you, really must be nice.
You got it from Kansas.
Yep. So I'm a Gamecock, so we're not much better. So, but anyway, but that being said and done, Marco, thank you so much.
Yeah, seriously,
thank you so much.
No, this is awesome, dude.
And we're going, awesome, dudes. So I'm going in November. Abbott will be going in November as well. We're talking about possibly getting a VIP trip tour thing.
Yeah,
it'll be what, 20 people.
You know, it's funny because I was actually thinking of November as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I really was. I was talking about with my friend at the gym a couple of days ago. I said, I'm planning on another November trip. Preferably, November's just better. But I noticed the last time you went in November, you had really bad luck with that hurricane.
Yeah, that's hit or miss. And there's something I did like
that was in the end of September.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the end of September.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
so
November. It ends in
there was an episode. I just joking around. I said, I'm jealous of you. I hope you had a hurricane. I hope you had it happened. I called. I was like, and even I texted him while he's down there because Taylor he and I, we're good buddies. It's not just the podcast and whatever. We've known each other for years. His wife did residency with my wife here in Spartanburg, so that's how he and I became buddies. But of course, he stares at his phone and does the TikToks and the Instagrams and doesn't make eye contact. It's okay, but no, November. Is it the 11th? No.
Yes.
What days again? I'm trying to remember the 11th through the 18th.
November the 11th is the
overlap day.
Overlap day.
Yeah, we're doing the
You're doing the
5th through the 12th. We're doing the 5th through the 12th with my family, and then my in-laws are going to, and my parents also on my side of the family are coming. So we're gonna have a whole crew. We're gonna do the whole thing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, so put it out there, and we are people that are. We're gonna bother you about this. We're gonna hound you about this. Now that you have been on the show, you're now a Hall of Famer, a buddy.
Dude, this is fun.
Yeah, we're in this. But I was going to tell you, I actually got it booked. I don't know if you've done this dining experience, but we're going my itinerary for next weekend. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad, Taylor.
No,
not.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not. Okay. Anyway, no, we're doing the race, of course, Sunday, and I think I told you direct message that we were doing the monorail bar crawl through some of the Magic Kingdom resorts. We're doing that like Trader Sam's. Taylor, you can handle this. You can handle it, Taylor. And we're doing that. But that night, I tried to get reservations. We had oh gosh, what is it? Ohana. I had reservations at Ohana, but they're a little bit later on. I was like, I don't know. We can get because it was only about the Ohana noodles that I wanted to try, right? And you can get that at the quick service, I think, at the Kona Grill, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that if we want. But the one that we really wanted was storybook dining at Artist Point.
I heard good things about that.
And I got last second reservations for that, the Snow White themed. So we're doing that sit down. We were going to do, was it Whispering Canyon?
Whispering Canyon?
Whispering Canyon, the great, Fort Wilderness Lodge. I've actually never been to it. I've never been on that property.
Fort Wilderness is, you got to make sure that you know where exactly you're going and which gate you should go in there, because GPS will take you and can take you to the wrong place. So
you should have
me for a moment.
Come on.
So I went to Trails End this last trip. I went with my friend. I took my friend for her birthday.
Yeah.
We went to Trails End, but GPS had us go through a much different gate, and most popular GPSs like Apple and Google Maps will not know that most of those streets inside the Fort Wilderness camp will not connect. It was so weird. It actually had us go. We had to ask a cast member on a golf cart that she was like picking up trash. I was like, "Hey, how do we get over here?" She's like, "Oh, you're at the wrong gate, honey." And I'm like, "Well, like she had to redirect us." Exactly. She's like, "Oh, child, you messed up," and so she had us go to the proper place, and we had to park outside of the horse stables where we had a reservation for the horse ride, and we had to take a shuttle bus 20 minutes deep into the resort to get to Trails End Restaurant. And because it does frequent checkpoints between where the RV campsites are. So definitely research that one ahead of time. I screwed the pooch on that one. Totally did. But they understood when we arrived at the restaurant. But definitely,
that's cool.
Just a heads up warning.
I appreciate that. The plan is to take the ferry from Magic Kingdom to Fort Wilderness, because I know you can't walk there. You can't, like I said, bus and doing all that all that jazz, whatever. Yeah. So at least that's the thought, the plan, the intention going into it. And then the following Monday, the next day, rope dropping Animal Kingdom. It's going to hang out at Nomad's Lounge, really kind of take our time, because I've never really had a chance to take our time around Animal Kingdom. What you got, Taylor?
I heard some the other day.
What?
Apparently, Animal Kingdom might be closing.
What?
For a significant amount of time.
Okay.
Where'd you hear this?
I cannot tell you who I heard it from, but I heard it. Might have been one of my patients that had just gotten back from. Yeah, it was one of my patients that just got back from Disney, and they said, the talk is the Animal Kingdom is going to be closing down, to get rid of like the dinosaur area for a amount of time, like a couple months.
Like an abrupt. Because like they roll that kind of information out. They have like a press release and all that.
I know. I don't know.
Well, they closed they tore down part of that dinosaur section where the kids area was.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that back in 20. Well, yeah, right after, because I went right after you went in 21.
Mm-hmm. But I have not heard about the actual park itself.
That is Animal Kingdom closing in 2024. Is the thought, is what you're there's an article about that came out on January 7th of this year.
Are they gonna close it completely, or
it says, is Disney's Animal Kingdom closing in 2024, addressing the rumors? And no, it's just a viral TikTok apparently. I don't do the TikToks.
There you go. I don't do TikToks either.
I don't do TikToks either.
It's not. I don't know. People already know enough about me and my browser history. We're good. We're good. I don't want to burn people's ears.
But the biggest thing, real quick, Abbott. I want you to have a wonderful trip. I want you to.
I'm not done talking about it.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna go grab something.
No. I want you to hear this.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Going
right. Is he gonna do a shirt change?
I'm going.
Apparently.
I'm going like the air is going. I'm going that way.
Okay. All I want for Christmas is for Taylor to hurry up. That's his favorite Mariah Carey song, by the way. But no, yeah. So you could have taken us with you. We're probably on your phone. I'm on my laptop. But we're doing Animal Kingdom, rope dropping, flight of passage, all that. Satula Canteen, cheeseburger pods, all that stuff. But that evening, I didn't realize that they were doing the after hours parties. And so we're going to be doing Magic Kingdom. You can get in as early as 7, and it'll be open until 1 o'clock in the morning. So from 10 to 1, yes, from 10 to 1 is the after hours party.
And that's where?
It's just Magic Kingdom.
So you might have a chance to ride
Tron. Yes.
You might have a chance.
That would be a dream come true, but it's okay.
If I can, as long as you ride Guardians.
That's we're going Epcot Tuesday, all that. All that.
I'll tell you this.
It doesn't break down on you.
When you go, in case you don't get a reserved spot to ride Guardians or even Tron at that matter, shell out the extra dough for the guaranteed spot if you can. It's worth it. I haven't done Tron yet, but that's my plan going into the trip on April.
But you've done Guardians.
Yes.
Isn't it awesome?
Dude, it's fantastic. I love it. It's so I heard a rumor saying that instead of the regular front, you ask for the other front because apparently it's like more faster because you know how like in one of the launches it kind of changes things up a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil this for Abbott.
Abbott
but I wouldn't know.
That, you and I know.
But there was a certain seating arrangement that if you ask for a certain seat, it actually puts you in a certain spot where you feel more of the speed and the force. So Abbott, if you can, once you get to that point of where you're starting to like get into like the little launch tubes and everything, and like when you start sitting down, ask to sit on the side for a certain spot, and they'll accommodate you. Just got a little bit more, and it's worth it, man.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I'm down.
If you can get a reservation spot for it, awesome.
Yeah.
Just get on the ride.
Say it again. What'd you say, Tyler?
Just get on the ride and just ride the ride first.
You just talk for the sake of talking sometimes. I'm sorry, Marco. I apologize for him sometimes. But anyway, he knows not what he says. His intentions I don't know are true. We'll find out. Feedback in this episode is gonna be great. God, they're gonna be like, Marco was amazing. Abbott was like cool as well. But God, Taylor,
so really quick, each one of you, all right, each park. I know you guys went through that list before, but I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Speaking of Epcot, because Epcot's amazing. A lot of people think otherwise. I think it's perfect. What are your favorite rides at Epcot?
You go. I know mine. Top of my head. It's nostalgic. Pick one. If you can only ride one ride.
Yes. If you can only ride one ride that day and you had to get out, which one would you ride?
Guardians.
Okay, because I have nothing to compare it to. I'm sure that I will change my tune, but I don't know. Because I got to do like a behind the scenes thing as a kid. We used to go a good bit growing up to Disney World. My favorite was always Epcot. But Living with the Land, I freaking love that ride. I've loved it from day one. Yes.
That's not bad.
That's a wonderful thing. It's nostalgic.
But mine for that would be sentimental because I swear my grandmother is on that ride. And one of the
you mentioned that at the end.
So yes, at the end. So like it's weird. Yeah, but I would still probably say Guardians or Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille is good. But Marco, I was going to tell you the funny thing is that my wife actually went for a girls' trip to Disney the end of last month, and she rode Guardians before me with two people that went. It kind of made me sick, but it was fun. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite ride. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's freaking Guardians. I would kill to go. Yes, that's not fair. So yeah, basically everyone and their dog have ridden that ride except for me.
Abbott, have you ridden Space Mountain?
Oh, I can't count.
Okay. Have you ridden Rock and Roller Coaster?
Oh, once, yes, loved it.
Okay. The way I like to put Guardians of the Galaxy is if you had Rock and Roller Coaster and Space Mountain had a baby, it's literally what Guardians of the Galaxy is. Like it is our love child.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is amazing.
Okay. Is it pretty long? Is it? I know the queue's long in the build up. Is the ride pretty quick?
It's longer than what Tron is.
It's a good,
I've seen that.
It's a good minute. It's a good minute because I saw that video of Tron. I was like, that's really fast.
Yeah.
It's really short, but Guardians of the Galaxy is length where it's enjoyable and you don't get bored because there's so much going on at every twist and turn. It's very enjoyable, and it's not fast, but it's not super long either. I'd say the equivalency of Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Taylor is an adrenaline junkie. Like he would base jump off like a front porch.
Yeah,
I
would. Yeah,
he's never. He called me right before. He called me right before he got on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. What was this, like 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago. He called me up. He's like, "Hey man, I need your help." It's like, "What are you doing?" "Yeah man, I need your help." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Tell me what did you do? What did you do to convince yourself to ride up there?" I was like, I looked around me and I just started. You know what? Given the context, I didn't want to make him feel bad because I tease, I riff, whatever. But I went, look around you. Do you see a child that's like 5 years of age? If he can do it, you can do it.
You know,
and did you love it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you loved it. Last time I was there in December with my friend, I kid you not, this really older gentleman than me who's like more muscular, more built than I am. He got on the ride, and last second he said, "Nope, not doing it." He literally asked the cast member to walk out, and they'll take you to the back door. The back scenes. My first experience in 2021 as an adult going to Hollywood Tower Fair. I was so happy and joy. I was high off life, and I was at Tower of Terror. I did the ride, and I thought I'd go to Trump for some reason. Cast members like, "You stay right there," and you know how like they're kind of like stoic at Tower of Terror because that's the kind of like the donor there. They're somewhat dead. They're right there, and I'm like, "Oh crap! What did I do? I'm already in trouble. I didn't do anything." And it's like, trouble just follows me. But she's like, "Do you want to ride again?" And they're like, one of our cast members wants to give you another ride. I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you can get back on." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So they took me to the back way, so like the elevators, the real elevators, and like the stair system and everything to get me back into like the front of the line to go and do a re-ride. And that happened again like 2 days after that. Oh, this is awesome. So again, I was saying my first experience there was perfect. But
that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
man,
like,
you really. Jeez.
I've seen a fully grown adult say no to that ride, which is crazy. I never seen that before.
That's awesome.
Abbott, so just so you know,
yep.
As Marco was saying, it's a love child between Space Mountain and Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Remember the Pinball Museum in Asheville?
Oh, amazing.
Imagine you're one of the balls in the pinball machine. Somebody pulls you back and slingshot. That's what it's going to be like.
Yes.
I've seen nothing but POV videos, and I know what to expect-ish. Just third party, whatever I've seen on my TV or whatever on my phone.
What I've described to you.
But it's nothing. But it's obviously it's one thing to talk about it, actually experiencing it. Yeah, I can't wait.
It's so new and it's so smooth. You don't really feel the ride.
I've heard that. I've heard that too. Yeah.
It's so smooth. I was so shocked because I had back problems, and I take plenty of Tylenol before every ride. Like Tower of Terror. That really jacks me up after a bit. But this one was just so smooth, man. You won't really feel it.
Wow.
You'll enjoy more of the scenery, the action going on, and the music. The music's fantastic. They did really good song choices for that ride.
That's awesome, man.
That could be that could be another episode right there.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
What rides to avoid if you have back problems?
That's true.
Man, I can give you the lowdown on everything. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. That one really hurt me.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can imagine that.
I love that ride, though. I love that ride.
Yeah. What about Big Thunder Mountain? I would imagine that one being the quintessential, or Space Mountain. What the two mountains that rest R.I.P. Splash Mountain.
Real quick, it's actually been scientifically proven.
Yeah.
If you have kidney stones, you ride Big Thunder Mountain, and it will most certainly get rid of them.
I've heard of that.
Because it's
never heard that.
It's a natural lithotripsy.
It doesn't it like stimulate it somehow, or it like starts to let you like release it through your system?
Yeah, and it breaks it. The bumping and grinding and everything just beats it, so it's like powder.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I need to get a book and start reading something to make it look like I'm smart. SMRT over here. Yeah, apparently. All right, easy. Kidney stones. But man, learned something new. But I will definitely give you my feedback. I will film a post-ride reel or cold reaction right after the ride. So yeah.
I cannot wait, Abbott. We're not worthy for that.
What's in your bottle that you're staring at, Taylor? What are you doing?
It was something written on my bottle. I don't understand. I don't
understand. Do you understand that you're recording an episode and he's taking time out of his day to,
Yes.
Did you notice this can has shiny things on it?
Yeah.
Taylor, come on, man. Come on.
Well,
it's okay.
Mine still has a barcode.
There you go.
That's it.
Proof of purchase.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Just in case I don't want it.
Exactly.
Always have that option.
I had to my god. And I'm like, I gotta return it.
So you're the problem.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Well, Marco, I'll tell you something, man. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yes.
This is fun. You guys are awesome.
Oh man, we'll have to do it again. Guaranteed.
Yeah, sure.
We've had our. Oh man, I'll tell you, and you're right there. I mean, we haven't had that many guests, but man, you're right there with the top, if not with the top or the top. Because I've had one of my good buddies when I was in graduate school, Captain James Rowan Bain, did Disney Dudes Go to Outer Space. He did that one with me and correlated Disney and space, and his favorite ride is Mission Space, whatever, all that. I had the Walt Disney World beer guy. Man, he was awesome. He was actually messaging me yesterday saying, "Hey, what are your dates? I'm going to be there, da-da-da-da-da." And I'm like, I'm going to miss you by a week. And he said, one day we'll get that beer. And he was legit. So he was a great guest. I had Emily O'Keefe, who is with Key to Your World Travel, who she did the Disney Wish episode with us. And I can only wish that I could do what she does, because the company she works for, they actually send her to the resorts. They send her to these exotic locations. I am jealous of her. She just took a trip to the Holy Land and was doing reviews on resorts there. And she and her husband, and they live way up in Connecticut, in the mountains of Connecticut. And she took the time around 9-10 o'clock. She had just gotten off the Disney Wish, hopped on a plane, got home, went straight to her computer and got on. And Taylor wasn't able to make that episode, but she got on with me and she was wonderful.
No, I did make that episode, Abbott, actually.
You didn't make that episode.
I did.
You did the one with Molly. You did Molly. You and Molly did an episode without. It's okay. I was sick.
I did not do Molly. I had Molly. I had Molly.
True.
On the podcast. Yes.
Yes. You.
And I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying like the drug Molly. I did not do Molly.
You might. Okay. Yes. We need to put an X on this one. Too much X to see in this one. But no, you.
It's went from PG to PG-13.
Apparently, well, it's gotten worse with this guy. Man, Lord knows. I mean, he's sleep deprived, soon to be baby number 2. Been there, done that. We're good.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't envy that. Envy babies, but not your situation as the dad, like having playing second fiddle.
First and foremost, guys, before we finish up, I just want to say thank you guys for being flexible with the dates. Abbott, you mentioned you had early days. My day started like 2:30 a.m. So I know what it's like.
I don't have early days.
Well, never mind. But weekdays.
Not compared to you.
weekdays, it's a little bit more rough because I'm usually in bed by like 8 o'clock or so. But weekends are much better. So thank you guys for being flexible on that. I appreciate it.
Oh man,
yeah,
you went above and beyond for us, and we really appreciate your flexibility and just taking the time to just to talk with us. It was really awesome getting to know you.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Likewise. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Oh man,
you guys were
so
awesome.
cool.
You have been fantastic ever since I first started following you guys. So I'm like, oh, these dudes, I should say, are fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I kind of make the show, so I agree. I agree with you.
Very nice.
Very, very, very nice. My wife, she's sleeping in the room. Oh yes. But Marco, you know, like I said, I know I can speak for Taylor. I think he's done with me, but he's not done with you. Thanks once again, man.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, until next time. I look forward to doing this again.
Sounds good.
Yeah, definitely. And I will send you a direct link when things are posted, all that, and the whole 411. We'll definitely have you on again very soon. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds fantastic.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
See ya. Abbott, have a safe trip.
Oh, I can't wait. That's
and
right.
I hope it doesn't rain or anything while you're down there.
The forecast
we'll have to touch base
is
on that in
70.
November.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So we'll have a whole planning episode. So yeah, when the planets align, that's it. The trifecta.
There we
we'll
go.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. See you on the other side.
See y'all.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.